What excites me about CRCD's work is the way that they're really taking an empathetic approach to think through the problem they're trying to solve.
In 2005, no one talked about permanent supportive housing. Our focus was on homeless youth because people, even today, still can't believe that an 18-year-old is homeless on the streets.
We've really positioned ourselves within our ecosystem to provide that holistic approach of addressing the entire person. What we're doing is we're placing a menu of opportunities in front of these individuals, and they determine which direction they want to go. We don't want to put them in that position where they have to decide whether it's paying rent, going to school, or securing a job to sustain their resources.
The LROC program, which stands for Local Renter Owners Collaborative, was created to assist them financially by helping the tenants pay their rental arrears. If you help a building owner, small property owner, keep their building, they're going to stay in the neighborhood. If you help tenants, now they can go to the barbershop, they can shop locally. It has this ripple effect. Rental arrears, although it was immensely important, it was just one piece of this greater vision.
If we wanted to be a true place-based community development corporation, we needed to own significant pieces of the community. As a new organization, it was pretty tough. So we partnered with great groups like Little Tokyo Service Center. Because they stepped up in the way that they did, we've been able to build a portfolio of real estate assets.
Prior to 2017, CRCD had completed over 328 affordable housing units. Today, we have a pipeline of 1,400 units. The CRCD owns 3 historic buildings, all in South Los Angeles. The Dunbar Hotel, the historic YMCA, the historic Lincoln Theater.
Real estate is important to not only preserve housing, but to preserve the historic legacy of the community. Like we're working on a project called Vermont with Bridge Housing and Prime Store on Vermont and Manchester, one of the epicenters of the 1992 uprising. I grew up in that neighborhood. I sat on the corner and watched that property burn. And to be part of that project 30 years later gives me hope.
As we're in the planning phase of our collective impact initiative, South L.A. All In, we're focusing on building the capacity of not just the residents and small businesses of South LA, but also nonprofit agencies. Now, when we talk about the individuals that served by those agencies and CRCD alike, actually focusing on the end game or the North Star. So you have the 2028 Olympics, you have the 2026 FIFA World Cup, or the infrastructure bill. People will say they're not ready for those opportunities. CRCD is positioned to prepare them for that versus waiting until it comes along. And then we're trying to train people for those opportunities right before, but then they have to go into entry-level employment. We want to train people now so when those opportunities become available, they're within the construction industry in particular, they actually take on prevailing wage employment opportunities.
Seeing people's lives change. I've seen a person named Jarrell Thomas change from a 16-year-old kid to where he is today as our chief program officer. So I've seen the change in people. I've seen the neighborhood change because of the work that we do. And I've seen the resources that we've been able to harness in to support people. Of the 450 units that we have, that's housing over 1,500 people. But because we built that housing, they have a place to live and they have hope themselves, an education and an outlet called CRCD.